This short video is on the factors that affect climate, in this case, near water. However, this video is also going to discuss the difference between maritime and continental climate. Okay, so let's get started. Imagine, if you will, that this object is the ocean, or a large body of water. This solid black line represents land. Now the rest of this space is a beautiful summer day, with the sun shining brightly down upon the land. Let's turn our attention back to the ocean for a moment. Anybody who lives near the ocean lives in a maritime environment. But let's put some scale to this diagram. As you move further inland, you approach the center of the continent. People who live in the continent experience continent and a continental environment. For simplicity's sake, let's imagine the maritime area as Vancouver and the continental area as Winnipeg. Please note, the land does not look anything like this at all. It is not flat from Vancouver to Winnipeg. Now, let's turn our attention to the air temperatures. Over the ocean, let's make it a beautiful 25 degrees Celsius, and the water temperature 15 degrees Celsius. Now, let's add some wind blowing in off the ocean. As the wind blows in off the water, the temperature of the air mass has been moderated because the water is cooler than the actual air temperature. Therefore, on the land, instead of being 25 degrees, it is actually only 20 degrees. The air temperature is also only 20 degrees. However, as you get further inland, the atmospheric temperature is no longer influenced by water. As a result, the temperature goes back up to 25 degrees. The land also heats up to 25 degrees. During the day, land is heated by the surrounding air. In fact, the land gets hotter than the surrounding air mass. So in our example, the land, as you move further inland, heats up to 30 degrees. The land then starts to radiate this heat back into the atmosphere. The result is the atmosphere begins to heat up, in this case to 28 degrees. As the atmosphere heats, this will have the same effect of heating the land further inland. The land further into the continent may heat up to 35 degrees. This heat then radiates back into the atmosphere, heating the atmosphere up even more, in this case between 30 and 35 degrees. This helps us to determine the difference between a maritime climate and a continental climate. In the summer, we indicate that the maritime climate is warm, while in comparison, the continental climate is hot. As a result, when it comes to the water and climate, we state that in the summer, a body of water remains cooler than the land surrounding it. Winds blowing from over the water keep the surrounding countryside cooler than it would be if the water body was not present. Okay, so let's look at what happens in the winter. Let's keep everything pretty much the same, but instead of summer, we will make it winter. And again, let's make it sunny out. And once again, we'll add the wind. Because the temperatures are cooler in the winter, let's make the temperature over the water -5 degrees, and in the ocean 5 degrees Celsius. This time the land will warm up on the coast, not cool down. The land will probably be around 0 degrees, and the same for the atmosphere. This is because of the effect of the warmer body of water. As you move further inland, the land and atmosphere will cool to the actual temperature of -5 as you get further away from the effect of the warmer body of water. Now the air temperature starts to cool the land. In our example, we will say to -10 degrees Celsius. The cooler temperatures will cool the atmosphere to around the same temperatures. As you go further inland, the process continues until you end up with some pretty cold temperatures. As a result, when it comes to the difference between maritime and continental climate, we state that in the winter, the maritime climate is cool and continental climate is cold. Remember, we already indicated in the summer that the maritime climate was warm and the continental climate was hot. Thus, we state that in winter, bodies of water retain their heat and are warmer than the land. Winds blowing off the water body warm the surrounding countryside. So, let's get back to the original question. How does the factor of near water affect climate? Like this. Maritime locations near a large body of water have a milder winter and cooler summers than continental locations far from the water body. Thus, maritime temperatures have been moderated by the water body. Well, that's it for this short video. Don't forget to check out other videos in this series on factors that affect climate. They are latitude, ocean currents, winds and air masses, elevation, and relief. Hope you're having a great day. Bye for now.